what is your case against Peter Daszak and EcoHealth Alliance?
Yeah, so we sued. First of all, you're right. That's how the money went to Wuhan. And I don't really think anybody, I read this morning, the odds that this did not come from a lab are like 1 in 100 million. The
Right,
odds, that's what they're
right.
saying. So I've been
Yeah.
right about that since 2020. But in any case, we filed a lawsuit. It's a toxic tort lawsuit, which is interesting. This is a typical lawsuit that gets filed. So if DuPont puts chemicals in the drinking water and people get sick, then you can sue them. All the people who got sick or cancer, whatever, can sue DuPont. So the first thing is that it's very difficult to throw this case out because it's not unique. This type of case is filed every day in the United States. Okay. So we filed against EcoHealth, Peter Daszak, his wife, Janet Cottingham Daszak, Ian Lipkin, who is part of the cover-up at Columbia University, and Ralph Barrick, who is at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. We filed against them a toxic tort claiming that they unleashed this thing on humanity. And as a result, there are 6.5 million people, they say, who died of this virus, hundreds of thousands permanently injured, and et cetera. So that's the basis for the lawsuit. We filed it in federal court a couple of weeks ago. Of course, usually what happens next is the motion to dismiss. Interestingly enough, they instead filed for a 50-day extension on Friday to respond. I consider that a pretty good sign on our side of the issue because usually they just can't wait to get into court and try to dismiss it. So we're optimistic about this, and we also filed as some of the defendants were John and Jane Doe because we think that there are many other people who've been part of this whole conspiracy and cover up and everything else, and we believe that we'll end up naming them as additional defendants, and that there will be many, many, many more plaintiffs as well. So we're the first people to go after the big people behind this. In other words, and by the way, everybody's filed lots of lawsuits, lots of good ones, lots of people representing people. But I've wanted to do this. We worked on this for a year. It's a difficult case, but one advantage we had was a whistleblower who came out of EcoHealth and gave us a lot of their documents, which was very helpful.